What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop. So yesterday, or last week if I didn't get this up in time, we got a new trailer for Ultra Sun and Moon that revealed a little bit of everything. We got some new story details, we got some new features shown off, and overall it was a really great trailer. However, there was one thing in particular that really caught my eye, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. When it comes to Ultra Sun and Moon, the biggest question that everyone has been asking is, are these games going to be sequels more like Black and White 2, or are they going to be updated games like Emerald version, Crystal version, Platinum version, etc.? Well, most of the community seems to think it's going to be like a sequel similar to Black and White 2, just because these games seem to have a lot in common with Black and White 2. However, after what we have seen in this latest trailer, I am starting to think on the other end of the spectrum, and I personally believe that we might be seeing just an updated version of the previous game, similar to a Platinum or an Emerald. However, it's going to be done in a very unique way that is different than those previous versions, and if I am correct, it will be a very, very unique experience that we have never seen before in a Pokemon game that will continue to open up and explore the multiverse concept that we have seen in the past several games, which would be a really awesome storytelling perspective. So without further ado, let me tell you guys what I'm thinking about. So in the trailer yesterday, we got a very brief snippet of some story details about what's going to be happening in Ultra Sun and Moon. The trailer explained to us that the Island Challenge is going to be back, and it highlighted Lillie and Hau as two returning characters. However, Lillie and Hau look decidedly different than they did in Sun and Moon, and this is the key part of where my theory originates. When they show off Lillie and Hau in this trailer, they showed them off with two new pieces of artwork, and in these two pieces of artwork they look very different than they did in Sun and Moon. Lillie is sporting her trademark new outfit that she dons in Sun and Moon when she makes her big character development change and starts to become more acquainted with the idea of being a Pokemon trainer. And Hau, on the other hand, has a very stern and determined look on his face, which was unlike his character at all in Sun and Moon. So the reason why I think this is the case and why we see these characters so different from what we know them as is because this is where the alternate quote-unquote storytelling is coming from in Ultra Sun and Moon. I believe these games aren't going to be sequels, they are going to be updated, but they're going to be the word or the concept of an alternate dimension is going to be a huge focus in this game. So in the original Sun and Moon, where we saw Lillie, for example, as a quiet, timid girl who was not fond at all of Pokemon battles, in this alternate dimension, this Lillie is so fond of Pokemon battles, she loves them, and she's very determined to be a strong trainer, as we saw in the trailer. Likewise, Hau, who was a very happy-go-lucky, stress-free kid in Sun and Moon, in this dimension, it's kind of the opposite, where he's stern, he's focused, he is basically like a no-nonsense type of character, so it's basically kind of like flipping the script and making these characters the opposite of what they were in Sun and Moon, since this is a completely alternate dimension. I think this is very possible based on what we saw in this trailer, and I think it could make for some very unique storytelling perspectives, because I think this is going to happen to a couple more characters in Ultra Sun and Moon, namely Lusamine and Guzma. Now the reason why I say Lusamine, because it's kind of a given. Number one, she was one of the main characters in Sun and Moon, and number two, she's Lillie's mother, and if Lillie is different, that's gotta mean that Lusamine is different, because Lillie was the way she was, mostly because of her mother. So I believe that Lusamine is going to be calmed down in this game, she's actually going to be helpful, and she's going to be a good president of the Aether Foundation, and she's going to follow the values that they say that they strive for, and she's actually going to be a good supporting character in the game. As for Guzma, I think he is going to follow a similar trend and be not as aggressive as he was in Sun and Moon. He's not going to be a bad guy. He might have even realized his dream of being a trial captain in this alternate dimension. Who knows? I just personally believe that this is a very possible scenario based on what we saw with Lillie and Hau in this trailer, and I think doing that sort of thing where everything or certain things like that are drastically different, where characters act certain ways or act very differently, and certain things turn out very differently based on just the fact that we are in an alternate dimension. I think doing those sorts of things to emphasize that this is a completely separate dimension and to continue to explore this multiverse concept within Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, I think that could be a very awesome way of telling a story. It could be a very awesome way of explaining this multiverse concept, and it would be a very unique way to approach a new game. And we all know that Game Freak likes to give us surprises when it comes to what they do with their next games, and this would be a perfect way to do it, because they're not giving us the sequel that we kind of expected, they're not giving us the updated game they kind of expected, they're giving us a unique kind of mishmash of both, I guess, which would be very unique, and it's something that I personally would really look forward to. So I just wanted to give you guys that quick theory. It's something that I kind of thought up right after the theory dropped, and so I wanted to get it out to you as soon as possible, so I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Let me know if it's something you'd like to see. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and also definitely make sure to subscribe, because I have got a lot of stuff coming to you guys. Once again, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next one, which will be very soon, I will smell you guys later.